If you want to add as many clients as you want, then you're in luck, because in this video, I'm going to teach you exactly how to cold email clients and book a shit ton of meetings on autopilot. And I'm going to share our top secret internal document that we use to plan insane campaigns for our customers. So buckle up, because I'm not just talking about one or two clients. I'm talking about how to cold email 52,000 prospects every single month to become your client safely and successfully. In fact, I'm going to show you how you can add 253 sales meetings using this method. So pay close attention if you don't hate getting extra meetings. If you don't know me yet, my name is Patrick Spielman, a 6-time growth award-winning franchise owner, 7-figure sales agency owner, and the founder of Upticks, the best sales software to win more customers and manage your pipeline. In this channel, I share all of my proven sales strategies that I learned over the last 14 years and that I used to charge clients $5,000, $20,000, or even $50,000. And the only reason I'm giving it away for free is that when you apply my strategies, I'm 110% sure that you're going to book more sales meetings, close more deals, grow sales, be more profitable, and you'll become a loyal customer of Upticks, just like James Palmer, who made $1.2 million in 4 months using Upticks this year and returned over $35 million for their clients. And people like Reese, who's been in business over 4 years and worked with hundreds of B2B companies, tried almost every sales outreach tool under the sun. And people like Daniel Malloy, who just watched the YouTube content and said, I'm 6 months into my sales career and I've only followed what you have said. I'm hitting 10%-ish reply rates, and some of my friends are dumbfounded how I'm doing it. Only up from here. Thanks, Patrick. All right, you're in for a treat today, because this document I'm sharing is our private document that we use to help clients and implement this strategy into people's business for them so they can scale up, book demos, get more clients, and just ultimately grow their business. So if you want access to this document, I'm going to go over it line by line here in just a second. You can make a copy of this document. Just click File, click Make Copy, and copy it. All right, it's that simple. And then if you want help with the strategy, we'll actually help you implement it. Maybe it's a small, medium, large version, whatever it might be. Click here and you can book a call with me directly. So this first tab here is the domain manager. All right, so to do this kind of strategy, you're going to have multiple lookalike domains for your website. So for example, upticks.io is our core website. Getupticks.com, getupticks.co, use Upticks, all these different variations. You want to plan out all the different variations before you go and buy them, or you might want to look them up at the same time to see if they're available. But in this document here, you can pick, if you're going to use multiple domain hosts, that's always the kind of the safest way to do it, but you could probably get away with doing one domain host. Whoever you decide, you can always change this in there. All right, so you can manage your domain host. You can manage your status of the domain, if it's not active, if it's set in setup, if it's getting warmed, if it's active, if you need to try to revive it with a warm-up product like our Upticks product, right? Or if it's burned. Okay. Also, you can't just add all of these domains into a single Google workspace or a single Outlook workspace. All right. You need to spread your traffic between Google and Outlook. And within that, you should have multiple workspaces for each. And your email sending provider should be able to automatically split your traffic based on who your recipients are using for an email provider. So if they're using Google or Gmail, it should send from one of your Gmail accounts to a Gmail. If they're sending, if your recipient has an Outlook, your platform should send from Outlook to Outlook. All right. That is a really big deliverability uplift by doing that. But nonetheless, for your domain strategy, all right, you need to plan out your domains and spread each domain across multiple workspaces, Google Outlook. All right. So you can do that there. Then, of course, you got to have all your DNS settings set up right. So are your MX records set up, SPF, DKM, DMARC? Is your custom tracking domain from your sending provider, is that updated, right? Have you set up forwarding to your core domain? So these are lookalike domains, right? All right. So if somebody types this domain into the browser, you want that to redirect to your existing domain. All right, so that's what forwarding is. Maybe you want to set up Google Postmaster tools to see if you're getting flagged as spam. You can do that. All right. Obviously, you need to warm up these domains. If there's no sending history whatsoever, you got to put them on a warm up product like ours. All right. How many users are you going to add? I usually suggest adding 2 to 4 users. Okay, plan that out. Did you start warming up the domain yet? When do you go live? Did it get burnt? Right? Or are you just totally like opting it out? All right, so this is the domain manager tab, help you manage the whole process in terms of what you're doing for every domain. Then we have the inbox manager. So this takes it a step further. Once you have the domains bought and you set up the workspaces, then you can add inboxes to those workspaces. And I mentioned having 3 users per. So this is going to help you plan out all your users. So domain 1, I've got 3. Domain 2, I've got 3. All right, then just type in the users that you want here, and then it's going to populate the fields here. This will come in handy later when you set up workspaces. Okay, and then it's going to automatically populate the username for those. You are going to want to set up passwords for each of these. So Outlook is a little bit different. You have to have a temporary password in order to connect the inbox into your sending provider like an Upticks, right? Then did you add it into, well, this column is Upticks. If you're not using upticks, shame on you. You shouldn't be doing that, right? If you're watching this video and getting value, you should be using upticks. But nonetheless, if you don't, right, you just change this out. Is the inbox warming? What client provider is it on? Okay. Is it Google? Is it Outlook? Is this user the workspace admin, right? So each workspace that you set up with Google, with Outlook, you're going to have an admin. You're going to want to know that. All right. And then what workspace is it assigned to? And then have you set up a signature then for each of these inboxes? This is going to help you plan out the entire process. All right. So the domain manager, inbox manager, super, super important. You're also going to probably want, of course, with setting up all of your workspaces, there's some effort that goes into that. That's not what this video is about. I want to get into planning. Hey, if you're loving the content and getting some value, and I hope you are with the spreadsheet, I'd love if you'd like the video, comment below with any questions whatsoever. And if you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe button to get the best sales content on the internet. Now back to the training. So in the title of the video, I said 52,000 clients, right? You're not going to be able to hit that right away in month one. Okay. So maybe month one, you've got Google one, Google two, Outlook one, Outlook two, right? And we're going to need to ease in and scale into the sending. Okay. So let me walk you through some of this. So on this document, this helps you plan out how many leads per day you want to work. It's going to calculate how many total leads per month, how many average emails that you have in a sequence. Maybe you have a 4 or 5 email sequence, and let's say you opt them out if they have not opened your email after email 2, so that you don't burn your domains. You don't want to send unnecessary emails. But maybe the average email, the average person gets 3 emails, right? It's going to calculate total emails. Then if you want to forecast your open rates, your reply rates, your booking rates, your show rates, your conversion rates, this calculator is going to do all the math for you and total up how many emails per day. And then you want to set limits on your domain at your domain level, how many emails you're going to allow per day per domain, right? And this is what I suggest as a maximum starting out for month one, 75 emails a day. This is after it comes out of the warm-up process, which I suggest at least a month, if not longer, okay? Then it's going to tell you how many domains you need, how many inboxes you need, okay? So you want to limit the number of domains, the number of inboxes for the workspace. So this is one workspace, okay? Looks like somebody's in this document here, so that's always kind of fun, doing a live recording, and someone's in this document from somewhere else on the internet. Awesome. Okay, so you got workspace 1, workspace 2, workspace 3, okay? Overall, forecasted out, you'd send 52,000 emails under this and 17,000 leads a month. Month 2, there's some other data here if you want to check that out. Not really necessary right now. Month 2, you can scale that up. Now, maybe you launch a couple more workspaces, right? An extra one for Google, an extra one for Outlook. And then you're going to want to ramp up your allowed emails per inbox per day incrementally. So month 2, as long as deliverability stays consistent with month 1, then you can increase your limit, and you can increase your limit at the domain level, of course, right? So now we're starting to prospect more and more leads. So under this scenario, based on some of these numbers, which I don't know your niche, it could fluctuate, but based on what I have forecasted here, 5% reply rate, not crazy. Obviously, you need to do good copywriting. Go check out some of my training on copywriting if you need help with that. All right. But we're looking at 169 book meetings, if that's what your goal is, right? I don't suggest usually link clicks with this, but 169, that's pretty good. All right. Now, the month after that, we can scale it up a little bit further. Okay. And we want to cap out your total allowed emails per day at around 50 emails per day, okay, per inbox. So by the time we do the math here, you're going to end up having 144 inboxes and approximately 48 domains. But again, you can change this, and if you want higher volume, it's just going to be a matter of spreading your sends across multiple inboxes. And if your sending provider isn't doing that automatically for you, then you're using the wrong tool. You're not using upticks probably, which you should be. Wink, wink. If you're watching this video, you should be. All right, not to hard sell you or anything like that. Your email client provider or your email sending provider should be able to do that. But here's how we get to the 52,000, how to email 52,000 clients. Okay. This is the math. This is the strategy. So there's a lot of numbers and a lot of geek that goes into it. Okay. So that's the overall strategy. There's a lot more that goes into it, of course. I did put together a small little checklist. There's a lot of micro tasks in here. We have this stuff all tasked out in our ClickUp account to help people do this. But I put together a quick checklist. You got to purchase domains. You've got little micro checklists inside of each one of these tabs, right? So you can do your micro checklist there. These are kind of the bigger ones. You got to purchase domains. You got to set up workspaces. You got to set up inboxes. You got to get those inboxes warm because they have no sending history. So you got to warm them up. You got to write sequences. You got to build lead lists. I suggest hiring and bringing on a VA to qualify each lead before you email them. Just go check, should we email this person or not? Or get really good at your list building, doing a concept called negative keyword research and getting rid of as many leads as possible who aren't the right fit. You don't want to be emailing people who aren't the right fit. So that's a big piece of the strategy. If you start emailing people who aren't the right fit, you're going to get marked as spam faster, and you're going to end up with deliverability problems, and you're going to have to rebuild this whole thing over, and you don't want to do that. All right. Then you got to monitor the data and adapt. Okay, so those are the high level checklists. And as I mentioned, you've got checklist throughout this whole thing. All right. So you can take this, totally make it your own, copy it. And, if you want help, feel free, click this link here on any of the pages. Will help you implement this entire strategy and, start booking demos, start reaching out to clients, start scaling your company as fast as we possibly can. All right. That's everything I have for you today. If you want to level up your sales outreach and implement a strategy like this, then sign up for a trial of Upticks, book a call with me, and we'll help you implement all these crazy outreach strategies and have you winning customers in no time. We'll see you on the next video.